What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, I hope you're all well. We're looking at Hbar today on the daily time frame. I haven't made a video in a while, but if you've been on my Twitter, you'd know that I have been making updates. And yeah, go check out my Twitter, you can see it right there. You can see it right there basically. So go check it out. And yeah, the last time I left you guys with a Hbar update, we had just broken out with a valid technical target to about 9.4 cent. And you can see that we did come back down in my group chat saying Hbar, XRP, all these coins, they need to hold this ascending triangle support because you now had broken out. So to keep this target of 9.4 cent valid, you need to stay outside. You need to stay above this purple line. And unfortunately, we lost the neckline of the double bottom by breaking back under. And so I told the people in my group chat that this over here is where you want to hold this level in the chart. It's an ascending level, but if it were to drop today, it'd be around 6.7 cent. So you need to hold that ascending support. Let's just say really that support right there. You want to hold this low over here to invalidate any further downside to this support. If we're closing below this, then I know obviously for sure that we're going to try, obviously for the Binance chart, this is the low basically. But on a lot of other exchanges, it didn't happen. So I guess that is the low. But obviously Binance is the biggest exchange, so we have to use the biggest exchanges chart if it has all the data. You know, for the Hbar chart, I'm gonna have to use the Binance chart in my opinion, the Binance exchange, sorry. So that's our low, and that's the level where we at all costs could not go below without that wick being there, because as we can see, this is where we commenced this pump, right? And this is our top, but looking at the bodies, it was over here. So this is where our wave one basically ended with the closes, and then you found support here. That was your wave two correction, done. You could say it was like A, B, C, like that, but we're looking at the closes because we're on the monthly time frame. But technically, yeah, that would have been the correction. Oh, you can see, oh my gosh, it went really deep. A weird W pattern, but the correction was basically done there. But then you did this, yeah, accumulation phase, basically a double bottom, really ugly double bottom. But there's one bottom, that's your neckline, that's your second bottom, and that was the wave two correction finished. And this was the massive wave three, and we're having this wave four pullback right now. And this wave four pullback cannot at all costs close below that. Close below, it can wick below but not close below. And amazingly, we actually wicked off of it, meaning that we did not like being anywhere near that level. Sorry, I thought I had toothpaste on my lips. It looked, but it must be like the glare. Sorry guys, that's so embarrassing if I actually did. But thank God I don't. But yeah. Carrying on. Yeah, this is the support that we must see held. Let's just say 6.3, and of course, if we're ever closing below, let's just say, well, technically it's that wick. I'll just say this: if we're ever closing below 5.8 cent. And of course, we know we are making them lower lows. We're coming back to this 1618 target, because at the beginning of last month, was it this month? Yeah, the last month over here. So 2 months ago, even we closed below the 1414, basically signaling that we should actually continue to the 1618 unless the bulls step in and invalidate that. And that's what the bulls are doing. They're showing you with the monthly close. We now broke back above with the above the 1414 and closed above it as well, just closed above it. It's no longer resistance basically, so it now should be support. And so for the moment, because you close above it, and yes, we've still got 26 days left of this current month, 26 days and 12 hours left of this current month, but that's what we should see going forward, this being acted as support. And as long as it is support, we shouldn't see the 1618. Of course, close below on the monthly time frame in 26.5 days, below 7.3 cent, then yeah, that would tell us in the chart, the rules would state that we should actually see lower prices back down to here. But that might not happen, you know, because again, the bulls can just step in, just like here, massive red candle. You want to continue to the 1618, but the bulls were just like, absolutely no, thank you. On the monthly time frame as well, on the monthly, so very significant. And then we can see on the weekly, you've also already put higher highs with the bodies and the wicks higher than this. So you're trying to start this uptrend, we need to see higher lows. So going back to the daily, we need to obviously continuously hold this low and this low going forward. That's what we need to see for Hbar if we want to continue up to this next target. And a big resistance going forward is around the target at the 1.272. So just like now, you can see on the daily, we're struggling over here with the 1414, creating this double bottom neckline. And in this So this is the double bottom, but in both of these there's a double bottom there and there's a double bottom there, so the chart can get very confusing like that. You can even say there's a double bottom right there, and then here there's another one really ugly. But yeah, the chart can get very confusing the more you know about it, so you try and simplify as much as possible, see the bigger structures. So we want to come back to where we formed this massive double bottom from. This is the only thing stepping in our way, this key resistance sitting at 7.4 cent. If we can close a daily candle above this, then we should of course expect us to continue. Why should we expect us to continue, maybe even without pulling back to it? Reason being, you already had this breakout and it became a fake out, and now you're finding support on the 20. Now if we attack the 55, these are the two key resistances, 7.4 cent and 7.6 cent. If we close below, as if we close above both of them, that's extremely bullish. But if we're not closing above them, like right now, if we close below, that would signal that we should come back down to this. And if this doesn't hold, you're coming back to this low, where we could bounce back in and hold it as support. That's what we'd like to see for the bullish case, to break back out and go do something like that. That's what the bulls would like to see, and I personally would like to see. But of course, you could come back to this low, break below it, hit it as resistance, come to this, and once we lose these lows over here, that is the bearish scenario. We're coming back to the 1618 and trying to head to that 4.5 cent to fill in that wick basically. This is the bearish scenario. Nothing on the chart right now is telling us this is going to happen, but I can prepare for it, but this is not going to happen. And now I'm saying this on Hbar. It's the same with everything else. I've been saying the same thing. But if you're not losing this low over here, if you're not losing this low over here, then this bearish scenario is not going to happen. We're not going to go and fill in this wick if we're never losing this support. And of course, at the moment, you just need to hold above this one, and you're not near this one. You're not even near this one. So it's all good at the moment. Please like, let's get this video to over 50 likes, because the Hbar videos don't get any justice at all. And yeah, I'm going to try and do more Hbar videos if it can start moving. So hopefully all the cryptos break out. Go check out the Bitcoin video if you want to know more about what's actually going on in this market. But again, once we do meet this, if we do meet this, we've got a big resistance at the 1.272 and the target. So maybe if you were taking a trade, you can close off your trade a bit early at this. But we could just put a spike through it like it's nothing and head all the way to the 200 EMA, wherever that may lay at that time. But right now it's up there. I'm not going to say that price because it's probably not going to be there if we ever get up to the 200 EMA. But yeah, that's what we can look forward to, bearing in mind that we can keep these higher lows and higher highs. But eventually we're going to hit a top and we're going to come back down and retrace. And I'm saying this on the Bitcoin chart constantly. So go check out the Bitcoin updates over the last week, basically. So once we do find that support, I think we would put the higher high. All the bears are going to say, oh, big correction going to happen. We're going to put that lower low. But I think at some point you put in that higher low and then we'll continue. And there'll be a big double bottom. But yeah, that's it. Let's see what Hbar to do, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want to learn about what I teach. I do have one slot available for my mentorship, so once that's gone, that's gone. I won't be able to teach for over a month, so get that slot while you can. Thank you guys.